Hey guys, today we are building the new operator from Rainbow Six Siege. It's Flores.
Getting the job done often requires a creative approach.
Guys, Flores' guiding principle is today's motto for this video. Creative approach. This is the new operator which the year 6 brought us in Rainbow Six Siege. And before we get started with the crafting process with the aluminum wire and the skeleton, let's talk about the unique abilities and the playstyle of Flores for a minute. While making comfortable hiding or even scouting, Flores has this tiny little buddy, the RCE Ratero Charge, which looks like a remote-controlled toy. But once triggered, the Ratero clutches onto the nearest surface, armors itself with a bulletproof shell, and then explodes, destroying nearby gadgets or soft surfaces. Before exploding, we have a timer counting down. His primary weapon is an AR-33. He has some stun grenades and some claymore, and I love this guy, mainly because of the unique ability. His design, his uniform he's wearing, well, he looks quite eccentric. He has this striped trousers, which we are creating right now. I thought it would be nice to make this pattern with clay. This is why I mixed gray and black together, pulled it apart many times until we got this beautiful pattern. For the upper part of his body, he's wearing a lot of bags attached to his body, fanny pack included. And then he is wearing, well, he has this symbol he gave probably himself with this lock and this opening door, which I really like. These are some wrinkles on the trousers. I tried to get it into the clay as well. And now for the shoes, for the boots. We have a lot of black clay come to use with the black soles. I'm using the cup to stabilize the whole creation. And now we can work on the first details, working our way up from the bottom to the top. And these are the shoelaces. We find these black boots on a lot of operators, by the way. And next step would be I try to get the trousers over the shoes by just making it a little bit wider. Okay, that looks great. Now let's remove the cup and bring him into position. I thought it would be nice if he is leaning against the wall, pushing the trigger, the remote control of his RCE Ratero Charge. Yeah, this is the posture I found of him and I really liked, not only because of the explosion, but also, well, he's pretty cool looking, leaning against the wall. And I was pretty sure that I wanted to create him with clay in the same posture. He is wearing this black jacket. This is why I made a few thin layers of black clay. This jacket is not really loose, but it looks like that because of the many bags which are extended and attached. With the modeling tool and also the knives, I tried to get very sharp edges on this piece. This video was another collaboration with the German YouTube channel GTV, so if you want to watch this video in German, go over, I'll link it right here. It looks beautiful, almost like an outline. With a scalpel we can get really sharp edges for this. In preparation for this video I read a lot of articles and background information about Flores. And many gaming websites talked about this character mainly because of one detail in the biography, and this is he has a husband. Flores is gay, and most articles talked about this tiny detail. I really like it. I really love how Ubisoft spends so much efforts and energy into giving the operators background stories and a background life. And now even more people can identify with operators, and I really hope also for the future that diversity is getting into the DNA of more and more video games. So this is amazing that this guy is the first gay operator. It's amazing that diversity is coming more and more to video games. Yeah, well done, Ubisoft. Back to the creation, we just added these belts on the legs, and it somehow reminded me of the design of many Fortnite skins. This is the knee protection which we are adding, and it's also striped around with these belts everywhere. It has this shield right in the middle, so I threw in some silver to give it a metallic look. And now we will keep this dark silver, which we just mixed for the pistol, but also the RCE Ratero charge, which we will create right now. We start with the weapon on the left side, the pistol. I think this is the... I have no idea. Help me out! We will attach it to the side. Okay, perfect. For the other side, the RCE Ratero charge is inside a pocket. We have this camouflage pattern, which I'm creating right now. And the wheels can barely seen, which is somehow pity. Flores can have up to four different of these tiny controlled vehicles. Looks like two bottles in a bag. Left side is water, right side is Coke. You never know. And this bag itself is attached with a Velcro fastener. Okay, last details. And then we can place this beautiful toy on his right side. Yeah, maybe the pocket should be empty, because the explosion is happening in the moment of the final artwork. We have some stripes holding all the bags in position, and I'm playing around with different colors and tones of gray to make it look like a little bit more professional. And then we have this big bag right in the middle. It's also the area where we will find his logo. On some images he is holding this card with his logo. And this is the bigger bag he has right in the middle, with the two bags on each side. Yeah, it fits perfectly. Well, we have some more tiny wrinkles on the bags to make it look a little bit more realistic. I'm just playing around with the sculpting tool to get this effect. Another stripe. It's the zipper with a tiny handle. Looks nice so far. Well, don't forget the patch. We will paint the logo onto it after often hardening. In moments like this, I can't wait to assemble the whole creation, to put this belt onto the operator. I wanted to share some of your artworks you posted over on Reddit. Yat created some more crewmates. Amazing. Look at that, half orc, half human. And the airship coming to the channel next week. And I can't believe this was made just with paper and cardboard. Thanks so much for being such an amazing community and posting and sharing all your artworks and giving tips to each other. If Flores could, he would applaud you. But we have to create his hands first. I am attaching these black worms as arms around the aluminum wire, and some more wrinkles to finish this posture, and then we can start working on the hands. Maybe we just remove this piece of clay for the neck. The neck is coming soon. And it's very long. Yeah, I also wanted to thank you all for all your kind and nice comments on the teacher, which I created from Little Nightmares 2. I just mentioned for next week I am working on the airship, but there is of course more Little Nightmares 2 in the pipeline. I am preparing it right now. It is getting crazy and more technical. Happily I have some help in the studio. This is the last color which we are adding. A little bit of red and we are ready to go into the oven. Freshly baked Flores! Well, a lot of still missing. He doesn't have any hands and the head is missing. We start with his gloves. I take a little bit of brown, mix in a lot of black to get this dark brown and try to get his hands into the exact same posture from the image which I just shared. He is ready to push the trigger for the explosion to come. And carefully I am attaching the fingers, and we'll collapse the fingers except for the index finger and the thumb. They are holding this tiny wheel from the remote control and also the AR-33, which we will create. And I was really looking forward to create this gun because it's somehow simple but very unique and somehow iconic. But I added this handle, and then with just 3 colors we have silver, dark silver and this black with a tiny hint of silver. We can create this whole weapon, and now I'm so afraid to touch it. I think I'll just cut it out and put it onto the plate for oven hardening, so I can't screw this up. Let's put it aside, and now we can work on the control, on the remote control. I decided to put in some wire to get a very stable, tiny thing. And the wire also works as an antenna for the control. Just coat it with silver clay. And basically all we have to do with this tiny crane is adding just the buttons and this wheel, this yellow wheel. It is black in the middle. This is why I am using this rolling technique with the different layers. And we only need a slice of this and put it right at the top. Okay, perfect. Yeah, maybe just another silver piece. And this is the handle with a trigger. Don't mix them up. Imagine you just want to turn on the light, but then the whole thing explodes. Well, too bad. The color from the black jacket. I used a thicker piece of clay, black clay for this. And I'll partly wrap this around the opening of his jacket, where we will add the neck. We need the skin color, the skin tone of Flores. Make it a little bit soft. And we then can also start working on the head. What I want to do is get the shape of the head right, and then working my way from the big details to the tiny details. We have the cheekbones, the eyes, the nose, and we will finish this whole head with a mouth. Nose holes, tiny nose holes. Looks like a pig nose right now. Well, you may judge. I'm doing my best over here. The ears on both sides, very simple, but they look just nice. Then we have white eyeballs complemented with the eyelids, and we put this into the oven. Meanwhile, we bring in some more details onto the gun, onto the weapon, but also onto the controller. I'm using a silver metallic marker and a black very thin fine liner. These are some screws, for example, and we are gluing the wire from the tiny display to the controller. The grip around the handle, and it looks perfect. Look at that! Hopefully I don't screw it up. The very thin rifle muzzle will go right there. And with the silver pen, I make it a little bit more dirty and interesting. And now for the head, the same. It looks like lipstick, but it just makes the lips a tiny bit darker. And for the beard, he has not really a black-haired beard. It's more like brownish black. And this is why I added a base layer of this brown. And now with a very thin pen, I can add the single hair. And he has this double beard style. And besides the head, the scarf is missing. This characteristic blue scarf he's wearing with gray and very dark blue. We get this beautiful color. I'm just pulling it apart and even adding some more wrinkles. One end is hanging down on the left side, the other on the right side. And let's put the head onto the neck. And he's wearing this checkered cap. And I thought I'll just make imprints onto the clay instead of painting it. This tiny knob right in the middle. The head is finished. We put everything into the oven. Let's start working on the stand. Meanwhile, as reference, this is sludge. We need the floor, we need a wall, and we need the explosion. And that's basically it. Hopefully it will look beautiful and present our operator in the best way possible. I printed out this beautiful wallpaper because it was also on this image I showed you before. When you look carefully. Okay. Now let's put this onto this piece of wood. And with our hot glue gun, we can assemble the two walls together, the two pieces. And with this beautiful baseboard, we can hide the gap. Now let's make it dirty, very dirty. This is acrylic paint with a lot of water. Right now it looks like the floor in a hardware store. We really want to make it really dirty. Then we have this black outline. I did that on all the other stands from the other operators. I think my favorite one is still sludge. And with these freshly baked pieces, we can now assemble and make him lean against the wall. And the wire will be used for the supporting structure of the explosion of the wool. Well, if hot glue sauce doesn't help, you just need to take more hot glue sauce. And the head is attached. Well, the glasses are missing, of course. Let's see if it works with the punch pliers. The size should be perfect. Ah! It gets a black outline. And we glue it onto the nose. It looks good! For the side, we take a piece of wire, bending it down. The explosion. A lot of red wool is required. Maybe with a little bit of yellow on top. Oh, I really like him. Another tiny explosion ball. His weapon goes to his side. The logo. We forgot the logo. Right there. And also on the shoulders. And guys, that's it! Flores, the new operator in Rainbow Six Siege! With the RCE Ratero charge! I hope you enjoyed this video. As you know, I created many operators from Rainbow Six Siege. Make sure to watch also all my other creations from Rainbow Six Siege. I love these tiny scenery so much. Let's hang out as friends. Have an amazing weekend. Stay safe, stay creative. Bye.